Hey, Donnie B, Learn Pro Recording. Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, today I want to talk to you about working with groups in Pro Tools. Specifically, folders. Groups, folders, groups, folders. Which way do you go? Whichever way is comfortable for you. That's the way that you go in Pro Tools. Man, Pro Tools, there's at least 3 ways to do everything. Let me show you some stuff about folders. But before we do that, I want to give you a gift. My 7 simple steps to growing your business as an audio engineer, recording studio, producer, what have you. LearnProRecording.com/studio growth formula. 100% free. I'm going to put a link in the YouTube description. Just go down there, click it, grab it. It's awesome. Real quick PDF. But while you're down there, go ahead and hit subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. We got cool stuff coming up every week, every day. This month we're doing every day. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but you're having to look at me every day. This is awesome. We're having a great time. So let me talk to you about folders. If you're ready to get going, we're going to go right now. We'll talk to you soon. I'll see you on the other side. Donnie B, I'm out of here. Peace. Hey guys, Donnie B with Learn Pro Recording, back again with some more of your favorite recording knowledge and information for the day. Hey man, I want to talk to you today about working with folders. Folders are really similar to working with subgroups. Us older Pro Tools users, I still kind of can't get used to using folders, man, myself. But I'm trying to embrace it, trying to embrace the technology here, and understand that it's helpful, and I can actually use it. I never really seem to do it in a mix because I've got my workflow, and that's what you guys, you've got your workflow. There's another dude who works here with us at ES Audio, and he's all about folders, man. This dude's working on pretty large mixes, and he's all about the folders, man. And you know, one time I had to go into one of his mixes to redo something for a client, and it took me a minute to look around and see how his session was built. So, but you know, he's a younger guy, and he's newer to Pro Tools. He's a Logic guy that just kind of moved over in the last year or so. But folders are great, man, especially if you got a large session. What it can do is you can see it collapses everything down here and hides everything away, so you can kind of see everything you got going on. So what I've got going on here, you guys can see I got 3 lead vocals. I got 3 background vocals, and then the effects are not routed back into the folder because I'm using the folder as a subgroup, and I'm feeding the reverb and the delays from basically the subgroup or the routing folder. Okay, so what I wanted to show you today was how to create that. So what we need to do, now there's a little glitch that I found in Pro Tools while I was working this out for you today. And normally, if you're gonna build a subgroup, what you can do is just select everything, shift option, and make a new track. You can go to make a new track, and you don't see, all they give you is auxiliary, audio, and instrument track. They don't really route out to a subgroup. So normally what we do is we route out to an auxiliary group, and then we can name that whatever, and then it should change all the outputs from the drums into the subgroup, but it doesn't do that with routing folders. So what I have done, what we'll have to do here is we will have to create a new routing folder. So just create a new track, go to a routing folder, let's call it drums, okay? Let's call it drums folder. All right, and what that's going to do is make a drums folder, which is basically a subgroup. But notice that it's not, all the outputs of the drums are not going into the input of that. So what we need to do is select all our drums and then just send those over to the drum folder. Okay, that's one thing we could do. Now, another thing that I want to do is show you guys how to do this without doing that. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to delete this one. So I have created, we talked about this the other day, about saving a track preset. So what I want to do now is I'm going to select all my drums, okay, and I'm going to hold down Shift and Option, and I'm going to go create a new track. But instead of doing this, instead of doing the regular auxiliary track, what I'm going to do now is go to my track preset, my user folder, and I've got a thing called here drum folder with EQ and compressor. Okay, so now notice that it changed the output of all the drums to the input of this folder. Okay, so but now you still have to take, this is kind of silly. You still have to take all of the drums, right, and route them. You got to put them into the folder. See how it turns yellow when you drag them across there? Now they're inside the folder. So now I can collapse the folder. So now my session looks really cool because I've only got basically 3 tracks in a master that I have to look at. I can go in and adjust my mixes here. I can adjust whatever faders I want to here. I can add plugins. I've also got an EQ and a comp on my regular drum bus. This is basically a drum bus, right? You can solo safe it just like you can everything else. You know what I mean? Just like you can a subgroup. And that's the way that we do it, ladies and gentlemen. So this just keeps, especially if you got a large session, man, if you got a really large session, this is a way to keep things organized and keep things. And then all you got to do is kind of mix in the subgroups, or in this case, in the routing folders. So that's one way to do it. Hopefully you guys got something out of that. You understand. Hey, you know, you can always reach out to me. Reach out to me at info@learnprorecording.com. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always leave a comment here on the YouTube channel if you got questions about any of this stuff. I know we're doing this really quickly, and we're gonna build some other modules around this stuff for a later lesson or a later course. Okay, so I'm just throwing this out there for you daily, so you guys get a little bit of extra. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do 1 video per day for the whole month of June. So hey, thanks for hanging out with me today. Again, my name is Donnie B, and I'm with Learn Pro Recording. I am out of here. Peace.